I do not believe in New Year's resolutions. I do not believe that just because you turn the page of a calendar, it makes you a whole new person. And I do not believe in reinventing myself every January. What I do believe in is reflection. And that's what I'm going to share in today's video. Stay tuned. Hi, and welcome to my channel, and thank you for being here. Today I'm talking about reflection, and it's what I like to do at the end of the year to look back and look at how I lived my life, how I could make it better, what brought me peace, what made life harder, what can I let go of this year. Those are just a few examples, but you can look back at so many areas of your life. I think it's a waste of time to make all these promises, these resolutions that I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. And, you have this whole to do list that you're going to change for the new year. Well, that doesn't work for me. It might work for you, but it doesn't work for me. I don't want to set myself up for any false expectations. And I don't like expectations. I did a whole video on that. I want to look back on lived experiences, look back at the last year and try to examine as many areas as I can and decide what added to my life and what took from my life. Because that will make this new year a much better year for me, for my peace, for my serenity, for my stability. So let me go over a few things on what I reflect on. So, what made my life harder this past year, harder than it needed to be? Well, truthfully, it would be myself. I mean, we bring so many things on ourselves. We can't blame it on anyone else. And things like worrying about things that have not even happened, to let that into your life, oh, it makes me mad when I do that. I used to worry constantly about everything and everybody, people that I hardly knew I would worry about. And thankfully, I've been able to put that aside in most areas. But there's still a part of me that worries about things that I can't do anything about it anyhow. Really, what good does it do you to worry about anything? It is not going to change the outcome. No matter how much you think it will not. And all it will do is tear you down. So I can see that in myself that I worried about things this past year that did or didn't happen. And it served absolutely no purpose for me except robbing me from some peaceful days or peaceful moments. So I'm so grateful that I recognize that, and I am going to plow forward into this new year and remember these things. Anytime my mind starts to worry about something, I'm just going to sit back and tell myself it's not going to change a thing. Stay in peace. That's where I need to be. Another way I made my life harder than it needed to be in this past year was overthinking things and overcomplicating things. I don't know if you're like this, but do you think about something, you have it figured out, but then you stop yourself and you go deeper. You want to take a second look, a third look, a fourth look. That's me. I am a very deep person, and I need to learn to quit after that initial thought. Whatever it is, that's good enough. But no, I want to go deeper. And then I overcomplicate things for myself. Again, that robs some of my peace, and I have no one to blame but me. So I'm making a very strong effort in the new year to quit overcomplicating things. I mean, if there's an easy way, a one answer to a solution, take it. Why do I torture myself? And then I reflect on what brought me peace in this last year. Now, this is a very critical one for me because I value my peace. That's the most important thing to me in these golden years. And there's much more that brought me peace. I can see a lot of things that brought me peace in this last year. One of them is my routines, my morning routine, my daytime routine, and my evening routine. I am a very routine kind of girl, and routines are very important to me. It keeps me structured. It I feel comfortable. My routines have purpose for me, and they really bring me peace. So I can see the value in having routines. Now, I know many people, they don't want a routine. They think that would be boring or, they don't want to do the same thing every day or know what they're going to do. And that's okay. I'm the opposite. I want to know what my day looks like, and every day looks the same. Now, if it changes, I might have a few unexpected surprises. But I have to know that this is my life. This is how I live my life, and I live it the same way each and every day. I'll give you one more thing that really brought me so much peace in this last year as I reflect back, and that is that ordinary days are enough. Now, this kind of ties into my routines and what I just spoke about. But ordinary days are the best days for me. Some people want excitement thrown into their day or something unexpected, and it just lifts them up. It doesn't for me. It creates chaos and chaos in my life and in my head and in my day. I love ordinary days. I'm grateful for ordinary days. There are many people that live with a lot of problems, maybe health problems, maybe just family problems, relational problems, just problems in general. And they don't have an ordinary day. And then there are other people that have ordinary days and they think their life is boring. Well, I must be a perfectly ordinary girl because ordinary days are enough. The next thing I've learned by looking back and reflecting on 2025 is that there are a lot of things I can live without. Some of them are material things, but not many. Most of them are just things that go on that I don't need in my life, like noise. Some people hate stillness and hate quiet. I enjoy quiet. I can definitely live without noise, especially the noise of the outside world. Everywhere you go, people are loud and most of them are complaining, and it just seems like everything is so noisy, and it bothers me, the noise of traffic, the noise of someone driving a fast car and, it has those real loud pipes on it and that kind of noise. Lawn workers, when they're cutting the grass in the neighborhood and using blowers and everything. Oh my gosh, that can ruin my day. I hate all the noise. Another thing that I have learned I can live without are things that just aren't necessary. Things I may do or things I may have, things I might think, they're just not necessary in life. We can have a lot of habits that drain us or take a lot more time than they should just because we've done them and we keep doing them. But so many of them are unnecessary and you can do without. I have decluttered and purged so many things in this last year, well, actually, in the last few years, that I thought I needed. I thought it was important to me. And now that I got rid of that stuff, I can't even remember what it is. So obviously, I could live without it, even though I thought I couldn't. I've been able to let go of clothing and shoes and uh, jewelry and just extra things, extra dishes and things in the cupboards that we just don't need. I've been able to let go of some troubled thoughts. If there's something going on and so you want to put your 2 cents in, you start thinking about it and then you find out, oh my gosh, why am I caught up in this drama? I don't do drama. So it's unnecessary. And now I can so easily let that go. And getting rid of these things, whatever they are for you, it doesn't make your life smaller. It makes your life lighter. And that's a wonderful feeling. Now I want to talk about looking ahead. For me, there's no goals. I don't have any goals. I don't want any goals. There are no promises. There's no reinventing myself. There's none of that. I know what I want in my life at this age. I want peace. I want quiet. I want calm. I want lots of love, of course. And I want to do things that will cultivate all those things, but no commitments, no plans, no calendars to live by, definitely not a to do list. I've never had a to do list. Who needs a list to remind them what they have to do? I never did understand to do lists. I know what I need to take care of, and I just take care of it. But anyhow, that is what I'm looking ahead to, the same as I've been living my life. Accepting my life for what it is, appreciating my life, and living in daily gratitude. For every negative circumstance that I've had, and I'm sure all of you have, and you might be able to list 12 of them just in the last year. The list of positives and things to be grateful for is so much longer. I don't want to spend my life looking at what has gone wrong in my life or what circumstance has arisen that's causing me so much trouble or heartache or pain or whatever. I don't deny it doesn't exist, but I don't want to look that way. I want to look this way. I want to look at all the blessings I have, all the years that I have been given to live, all the people in my life, all the love in my life, the beautiful weather, the place where I live, this beautiful community. There's so much I could go on and on. So, in reflecting back to this past year, I lived in gratitude every day, and I will continue to live in gratitude every day for the years to come. For me, my life does not need to be bigger. It needs to be kinder and more quiet. This isn't about fixing myself, it's about refining myself, taking a good, honest look at the important things in my life, seeing how I've lived them, what brought me peace, what took peace away, what made life more difficult, what made it easier, things like that. At this point, being in my 70s, the rest of the years I have ahead of me, which could be one, could be 20. Who has a clue? Nobody. But I want to live them out with all the things that I know are promised to me, that were given to me. I want to live them out feeling the most joy, the most peace, the most everything. I spent too many years doing all the other things. I spent too many years living in chaos, living in turmoil, working my fingers to the bone, this, that, and the other. We could all sing the same song because we've all worked very hard in our lives, giving to our families, our friends, people pleasing, going out of our way to do everything for everybody. And I'm not complaining about that. There was a time and a place for it. Now it's my time to live my life my way. And because I've already lived almost 75 years of it, I want to make these last years exactly what I want them to be. And that's peaceful. I want to keep myself in check. I want to make sure I'm kinder to everybody, more kind than I already am. I want to make sure that I'm more generous than I was last year. I need to know that I'm more compassionate than the compassion I felt in this last year. And trust me, I feel compassion deeply, but I want to feel it even deeper. I want my heart to expand. And those are the things that by reflecting on the way I'm living, who I am, what I'm giving to myself, what I've been denying myself, that's what helps me to have the heart that I need to have at this time in my life. So let me know in the comments section, do you do resolutions? Do you do reflections? And if you do reflections, what are you reflecting on? What can you look back over this past year and just take an overshot of your life and pick something out that really jumps out at you, that you can see added to your life or took away from your life? If we all share that in the comments section, we can surely help each other. Well, now I'm going to leave you with an inside beauty tip. My inside beauty tip comes from Proverbs 27:19. As in water, face reflects face, so the heart of man reflects man. I wanted to read this scripture because I was talking about reflection. I know I was talking about a new year coming up and that I was reflecting on this past year. But reflection should not just be something we do once a year. Reflection should be done each and every day. It's a daily thing. I don't look at a new year as a new year. I look at a new year as a new day, new days. Each day is a new day. Our daily actions and behaviors are a mirror into our inner self. Our character, our motives, that's reflected from us to other people. That's why I think it's not good, at least for me, I won't do it, to watch the news or listen to the gossip or what's going on, because that can breed discontent, anger, hatred, division, all those things and so much more. Well, then, if I let that into my heart, when I go out there in the world around other people, that's going to show that that division or hatred or anger or whatever it is going to be reflected from my spirit. And I don't want that. I don't want to be a part of that. I want to be a part of bringing people together, not tearing them apart. So, by reflecting daily on how you lived your life, how you behaved, how you could improve, what you could do better, tomorrow is a new day to put that into practice, to remember what you reflected on, and to just do better, to try your very best. God doesn't expect us to be perfect. He knows we're going to mess up and make mistakes. But if He also knows that we are reflecting on who we are, how we behave, how we present ourselves, He knows that we are trying to grow a bigger heart, a heart that's full of love and kindness and generosity and all the things. It only takes a few minutes at the end of the day to just scan back over your day and see how you did. See what you carried in your heart. See if you maintained your peace. See if you lived your life in a way that you're proud of, that you're satisfied with. Reflecting is a good thing. It's a great gift to give to yourself each day, just to grow in your faith, to have spiritual maturity. Reflection is a good thing. It's a great way to really check your spiritual condition, if you're growing, if you're deepening your faith, if you're giving yourself the life God created you to have. So, for all of you out there, not only do I wish you a happy new year, I wish you happy new days, day by day. Don't skip over any of the days. Take each one as it comes. Reflect on it, show your gratitude, and carry on. I thank you so much for being here today. I truly do appreciate it. And until we meet again, this is the old girl signing out. See ya.